Ruto for help over removal. Of course, this is at a meeting in Embu County. Sources say members of the County Assembly are planning to introduce a fresh impeachment motion. Remember, the initial one was quashed by the High Court, saying that it didn't follow the right procedure before getting it there. And let me just raise a question about that before we transition to the main issues of the day. And Honorable Beatrice Elachi, as you look at this, because you worked at a county assembly, and there was the share of the Nairobi City County government drama, or so you may call it. But when you look at the situation of Meru County, the governor now is reaching out to the president for assistance to broker peace in that area. Yet it is so early in their tenure. Just they were elected on the 8th of August. What comes to mind if you reflect on what you witnessed in Nairobi?
Thank you, Sam. I think, let me not put it in Nairobi. I think Mwangaza is in a very different situation a bit in terms of, I think for her it's now MCAs feeling maybe that sitting down and understanding each other is not working, which for me it was a bit different. I would wish to sit down with the MCAs, and because of the external issues that were coming in, it was very difficult. Mm-hmm. So I think what she needs, I appreciate she has called in the president to assist, but then I will tell her, she has the solution, by the way, herself. She has the solution. And the solution is a matter of just understanding the county government's act and just going out of it, using her skills as a bishop. She has very good skills of negotiations, I believe so. And she can use it to negotiate and agree. Because I believe what the conflict here is the MCAs are feeling, we were elected with you. The same way you went to look for the vote, the same way they looked for the vote. And so what they want to see is a program of development. And so if the governor is smart, what you normally do, you come in and you tell them, yes, I have your development agenda, because you are still going to develop the wards, even as governor. And so this is the agenda. And in each ward, this is what is going to go through. But you cannot give them to now themselves go and implement. But you can tell them, this is the process of going to implement what we have. Because I've always said, in the end of the day, she will need them for her budget, for her CDP. They are part of the process of her achieving what she wants to do in Meru County. But I appreciate she has been firm, and at least she has shown resilient, that you can't just sweep her away. That one, I want to salute her. But the rest, she just needs to use her skills, and then the president will come in, and that's the same thing the president is going to tell her. You go and work with your MCAs, agree on a program that they will feel it is going on in their wards, that people will see development in their wards.
Interesting. And how about Naomi Wako? So when you reflect on this, because Kawira Mwangaza was elected as an independent candidate, and both the majority and minority parties, of course, she has no member there because she's an independent. The majority come from the Kenya Kwanza side, the minority come from the DP party, that is the party of the former governor, Kiraitu Murungi. How difficult would it be for is it because of her independence in election, or what could be contributing to this trouble in Meru from what you've seen?
Thank you, Sam. When you look at our politics today, there are so many things that can contribute to that. And because I don't come from that county, I may not be able to know the real issues there. But from the look of things, seems as if there is some misunderstanding between her and the MCS. And the thing that we need to know is that devolution has been there for the last 10 years. And Mwangaza is not the first governor for her to face the challenges that she's facing. And I think it sounds a bit too early for all the criticism we are hearing, because we are in the process of forming a government, and Mwangaza is also in that same process. She has not even started her work well. And so for all this to happen, I wonder what could be that big issue that is making all this. And again, the other thing is, this is the third time now they are saying, because the first time they said, and I think they came together and they were able to reconcile, and all of a sudden again they said they are doing it. And just last week the court ruled, and now they are saying the court ruling has guided us on how to better undertake the impeachment process.
Right. So
they are even more determined to do it. But she's reaching out to the president, which is a good thing. Although I know being an independent candidate might disadvantage her, because no one is loyal to her, because they have their own parties, and so she's all alone. But just the way she was elected, she has the powers.
Right.
You know, she was elected by the Meru people, and those powers are still in her hand. And I believe if she's determined, I'm sure she can be able to resolve all this. But calling upon the president will also help her a lot, because I know Meru is Kenya Kwanza county, and a majority of the people are from Kenya Kwanza, and I'm sure he will sit with them and reason with them. Okay. If at all that will solve. But I pray that that will be solved, because she's a woman who has come from far. She has really struggle to get to where she is, but she should also reason with the people and see how best she can resolve the matters. Interesting.
And Geoffrey, it's not so far from your county, but I mean, how difficult would it be for a leader elected on an independent ticket, and now so far she presented names of CSCs, only 3 were approved out of 10. She even had to reduce the number of departments so that she can run a government. But how difficult can it get for an independent candidate, and what can she do within the law?
Yeah, I think Mwangaza's case is a very good example of the perils of being an independent candidate, or trying to operate outside maybe the normal party system. And if I were her, and this is something maybe she should have done at the beginning, she should have known that I've come in as an independent candidate. So I've got to play this game very, very differently. And I think the first thing she should have done is to reach out to the MCAs, and ensure that they have a very, very good working understanding from day one. But I think the chest thumping that maybe we saw from her at the beginning, although maybe Beatrice says that is a sign of being strong, maybe that's not the way to quite get started. And she cannot live the next 5 years, with the protection of the courts. At some point, she'll have to be, she'll have to still face the same MCAs, if she has to run the Meru County government, for the next 5 years. So the challenge is for her, to reach out. The challenge is for her to build bridges. But also, like my colleagues here have said, her reaching out to the president, and we know that she's part of the Kenya Kwanza. She's one of the independent governors and MPs and MCAs who have, cast their lot with the Kenya Kwanza. I think that would be good, because we all want to see peace in the country. This is very, very formative stages in the government, and we want to see, things moving on. We cannot start bickering month 2.
Okay, so it's interesting what you said, that independent candidates who are associating themselves with Kenya